Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a premiere video that's coming out tomorrow morning, so hopefully you'll enjoy this premiere video. This is for the next Tuesday album review, Season 5, Episode 20, and this album I'm reviewing is for Breaking Benjamin Phobia. It's a 14-track CD that I got. I think through Amazon is what I bought it from. It does have a few cracks on it, so the back has majority of the cracks. Only on the case. The CD works perfectly. So, basically, I'm going to discuss what I'm going to talk about for tracks 1 to 14, which there's an extra track, which is the Diary of Jane piano version, or acoustic version, whatever you can call it. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it overall. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the intro track, which opens up the album for like a minute and some seconds, like 13 seconds or something like that. I can't remember, but honestly, it's a solid intro track. It starts off weird with the album, but it makes it interesting, but it's just a little weird to me. So I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't hate the intro track. I'm like, it's fine to breeze through the album. The Diary of Jane is a classic Breaking Benjamin track. It is such an all-time favorite. I really love this song. Ben Burnley's vocals are great. Even his scream vocals are outstanding. So this is a pretty good song. 5 out of 5. Breath is the next track, and that was another single. I think they only released 2 singles for this album, to be honest. They should have at least done a little more, because there were some pretty incredible songs from this album. Some incredible songs, but we'll talk about the dislikes in a little bit. Not total dislikes, just the ones that were the weakest. So, Breath is a pretty strong track. I love the lyrics. I think Ben Burnley wrote pretty well done lyrics for this track. Well written lyrics mostly, so. And the overall sound to it and all that, it's an amazing track, so 5 out of 5. You is one of the regular songs for the album, and it is such a great track. I love this track. I love how Ben Burnley's vocals sound at the end of the track. It sounds really good, and I just think this is one of my favorite tracks that is a regular song. It starts off slow, but it does pick up and progress, and the chorus is the best part of the track, and when he says you thing and all that, it sounds really good with how he's singing it. So I really dig this track, and it's a pretty strong track. 5 out of 5. Evil Angel is another favorite of mine. I love how the tempo is with this track, with the drum work and guitar work, and Ben Burnley's vocals with how he's singing it sounds outstanding, and just the way it experiments a little bit in this track with its melody, it sounds pretty good. So really digging this track. 5 out of 5. This is a great track. Lyrically, it's well written, and I really like this song. Until the End is a pretty strong track too. There are some lyrics that are hit or miss, but still great song for what it goes for, and I really enjoyed this track for 4 minutes and 13 seconds. So 5 out of 5. Ben Burnley's vocals are outstanding too, by the way. Dance with the Devil was one of the best tracks that I've listened to. This seemed like the type of, they did like a, what is it, on YouTube I saw that they added this song with some clips from the Devil's Advocate movie with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. And I did watch that movie. That was a pretty weird movie and very surreal with some things, but it all happened all in his head if he went down that route or whatever, Keanu Reeves. So in the end, it just was all in his head. It was just like a little glimpse in the future kind of stuff. So basically, Dance with the Devil is a great track. And I really enjoyed this song and what it stands by, like battling the devil, of course, and some kind of demon in your mind, and it's just battle of wits mostly. So basically, I really enjoyed the lyrics, and I enjoyed Ben Burnley's vocals in this track. It sounds really outstanding. 5 out of 5. Topless is a decent track. I don't hate this song. Instrumentally, it's good. The lyrics are a little hit or miss. Like, there's some moments where it does okay, and then I think the verses were the strongest part. But when the I love your face, just get away, I'm on my knees, fuck you, fuck me, I was like, really? This track is not that great. This is a decent track, but it's not great in any way, so this is a 4 out of 5. Just the lyrics threw me off with this track, and it didn't really impress me. 4 out of 5. Here We Are is a solid track. I mean, the verses are not really much to write home about, and they kind of ruin the reception of the track, but the chorus is a solid chorus, so this is a 4.5 out of 5. I don't hate this track, I just think it's a little bit of a weak song in its own way. I think it's good, but it has its weak points. Um, Unknown Soldier is the next track, and that is one of my favorite songs. It did very well with how it sounded, so I really dig this track for what it went for. The lyrics are great. Show me what it's like to leave it all behind, so I can leave this world behind, or whatever. To dream in black and white, so I can leave this world behind. Or tonight, or whatever he's singing. I'm trying to remember the lyrics. I've heard almost every Breaking Benjamin song, but sometimes I tend to forget some of the lyrics. It's a memory thing. But still, I remember majority of their songs and their lyrics, and they are one of my favorite all-time rock groups that I've listened to. So basically 5 out of 5. Had Enough is a pretty strong track. I like the lyrics. I mean, the opening part for Milk It for All It's Worth, make sure you get there first. It sounds like some greed from somebody, a greedy woman or whatever. So saying you had to have it all, but have you had enough, you greedy little bastard, you will get what you deserve. When all is said and done, I will be the one to leave you in your misery and hate what you've become. So yeah, that is one I remember. I love that chorus, honestly. It is such a well-written chorus, and it sounds a little odd for the verses. The opening verse is a little odd, but I think it works for what it goes for. So 5 out of 5. You Fight Me is a solid track. I don't hate this song. I think it's good with the experimentation, but the way Ben Burnley is singing it with his high-pitched, weird vocal tone, I don't know, it doesn't work and utilize very well in my opinion, but it still does good for what it's going for. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. Then comes the outro track before we get to the bonus track. The outro track is pretty strong. It starts off weird, but it does progress with the drum work at the end of it, and the heaviness with the drums and guitar work sounds pretty good. And it's the same thing like the intro track. It has the airport noise and all that in the background, and someone talking on a telecom or whatever. And basically overall, this is a strong track, strong outro track, so 5 out of 5. Personally, I think it's fine for what it goes for. And then comes the closing track, The Diary of Jane. I'm going to call it piano version because it is a piano version, but also acoustic in its own way. I think it's pretty good for how it sounds, so this is a 5 out of 5. I like Ben Burnley's vocals, and the backing vocal was singing. There were like 4 members at the time, and then things happened after the Dear Agony album where 3 of the members left, and then Ben Burnley had to take a hiatus because of health issues too, which I will be reviewing Dear Agony in due time, probably in the next season of Tuesday Album Reviews. So 5 out of 5 for The Diary of Jane acoustic. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Breaking Benjamin Phobia was a good album. Would I say it's my favorite? Not my I think it's good for what it is. It's just their Topless was the one that really ruined the reception quite a bit, because of the lyrics and how it overall sounded. Not how it overall sounded, but the lyrics mostly. And Here We Are and Intro and You Fight Me were good tracks, but they had its weak points. But still, overall, first score for me, I'm giving Breaking Benjamin Phobia for their 2006 album an 8 out of 10. This is a good album in its own way. I guess you could say a B, a low B, I'd give it. But I did a thing with a Jedi Sith guy or whatever, for a live stream on ranking Breaking Benjamin albums and all that. I think close to the end of the video, but honestly, I think Breaking Benjamin, they have a good discography, for what they go for, but this was one of their least, not kind of their weakest album, but honestly, I think it's good for what it went for. So 8 out of 10 for this Tuesday album review for Season 5, Episode 20 for Breaking Benjamin Phobia. Hope you enjoyed this lengthy review, and thanks for watching.